Good evening, everyone. Are you sitting comfortably? We may now begin. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Racing Series Formula One League Division 5 around Paul Ricard, France. Tonight's hosts are RSF1 Raikkonen, and joined alongside me tonight is RSF1 Easton. Hello, Easton.
Morning.
Good morning, and how are you today?
Tired.
Tired. Busy day, was it?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Right, okay. Recap now of Division 5. A few things have changed in the championship since last race. RS1 Scotsman is now in the lead in the Alfa Romeo with 91 points, so he's gained the lead there. Jessie Racer, though, the newcomer in the McLaren, she's caught up very, very quickly with 85 points. She's only 6 behind. So potentially, if she gets a good result tonight, she could become the new championship leader. However, Timmer, he's not far off the rankings either. He sat there in third in his Alpha Tower of 82 points, only 9 points behind the leader. So it's still very, very close there. Daniel P45, though, in the Alpha Tower, he's now starting to slip back slightly, 17 points behind the top spot there in his Alpha Tower. He's sitting there in fourth. Ted First in the Ferrari. A little bit more of a gap there as well, 61 points, so he's 30 behind the deficit at the top spot there, so at least a race victory and more gap there. And then closely behind is RSF1 double in the Ferrari as well in his first season for RSF1 Racing. Oh no, sorry, Sim Racing in sixth there, Mercedes as well, 59 points, so only 2 points behind Ted First as well. So mid-table there, still open game, because double as well, sitting in seventh in the Ferrari is 50 points, so 41 points. It's 11 points behind, only 11 points behind Sim Racing in the Mercedes. So could catch a gain there. Right, okay, so next is 8th TSRC Rogue with 47 points in the Williams. One tribal in the Red Bull in 9th, 36 points. Lincoln Dave in the McLaren, 31. McCracken in the Williams, 29 points in 11th. Skivid in the Racing Point is sitting in P12 with 26 points. Force Manure in the Renault is 20 and 13th. Howardinho with 14 points sitting in 14th. 14 and 14. Hey. 15th teammate Shadow Moses in the other Haas in 11 with 11 points. Mossy Meister in the Red Bull 4th and 16th. Andy Yuzgin in the Alfa Romeo with 2 points. Stars off in 18th in the Racing Point with 2 points. And still yet to score, Kabuki in 19th and Sean Almighty in 20th. Okay, so we are now on qualifying. So we look like we have a dry track for the moment, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Okay, 15 drivers only. So will we get to see Q1? Will anyone use it?
Maybe. One numpty.
What did you do?
I was needing to do something there, and then I clicked the wrong button.
Oh, okay. Right, so at the moment, no one is coming out at the moment. Easton, you're racing around here tomorrow, aren't you?
Yeah.
Looking forward to it?
Yeah. We'll have a good bit of France.
Yeah. Oh, we have got drivers coming out, so we will have something to see for qualifying one. Got McCracken at the moment out in his Williams.
McCracken.
So providing that everyone sets... Well, no, they don't have to set a lap to get through, do they?
Nope.
No. So, providing that no one bins it in their little warm-up session, then we could be in, well, just see some nice practice paces going on here. What times are you expecting roughly, Easton? What are you doing at the moment in F1?
Couldn't tell you. Put
No?
my thinking brain on, I think PB 278 Q1. Something,
Okay.
maybe. So I have a big expecting high 28s, maybe. No,
Okay,
not,
yeah.
mid 29s, we'll see.
Good evening, Hippo Man. We're doing well, thank you. Hope you're all well there as well.
I'm going to sit close to my
Also
bench
give feedback on the quality of audio and visual as well, if possible. If there's anything wrong, I will do everything I can to fix it. Right, okay, so McCracken in 15th in the Williams. Easton, do you want to take us round?
Fine. So on board with the McCracken in the Williams, so down into turn 1, goes down to 4th gear there, get a bit more extra rotation, lifts off slightly through turn 2, keeps it valid luckily. And now through, come down in turn 3, pretty tricky. Barnard brakes just after the 50. Oh, now through turn 4, and the turn 5 is going to touch that apex slightly. Now through into turn 6, he's done that nicely. Now coming off the slingshot on turn 7. Now we've got a little break here, think about life, before he hits the next corner. Then in turn 8, brakes in between the 150 metre board into turn 9. Rides that curb on the exit of turn 10 as well. Now we've got another little straight. 50.7 first sector split. And the flat turn 10 does that extremely nice. On turn 11, the long right hander went a bit deep there, but still going through turn 12. Oh, have I got that wrong? Yeah, I have. So now through turn 12. Long left hander can kill the front left. Now through the long, coming in turn 13, brakes nice and late there into here. And through the last corner is going to take a tight line, he sort of does. Through turn 14, coming across the line shortly. It's going to be a 30.5.
Very nice clean lap there from McCracken. Yeah, after that long right hander turn 10, turn 11 is all about how you decelerate through that corner, isn't it?
Mhm.
To make it round for to get a good angle for turn 12 and everything. That last sector on this track is I would say it was more designed
amazing.
for a wheel, would you?
It's amazing. Love it.
It is.
Great part of the
Scotsman
track.
as well. Scotsman's just gone quite a lot faster actually. He's set at 129.3.
Just jumped on board with Daniel P45 there. Come through turn 10 now. No, 11, sorry.
See Daniel P45's there sporting the red Schumacher helmet.
Love to see it.
Yeah. We do miss him.
Would say so.
Nice there from Daniel P45 at 129.9.
No, Force Menu and Sim Racing both taking esports lines. One Tribal's next one come across the line. And he's Red Bull. What's it gonna be? 30.4 P3.
Nice. That's what I like, because we could see some really good laps here, because the drivers can go through with a little bit more of a relaxed attitude, because as long as they keep it clean, they know they're through, as long as they don't crash or anything like that. So that takes the pressure off, and sometimes it actually brings out some really, really good laps. I have witnessed myself, they've set faster laps in Q1 in these sort of situations than they have in Q3.
Lincoln Dave W, however, just coming across the line, he's McLaren, it's going to be 31.1. It's P7.
Nice. Dubal's on a lap at the moment, he's in the first sector now. Turn 5 and turn 6. And the slingshot at turn 7 up the first straight now into the DRS zone. Ooh, a little bit wide there in the chicane.
Where's my bench? I found it.
Sorry?
I dropped my bouncy ball.
Ah, okay. You're still playing with your bouncy ball while you're watching this.
Mhm.
Fair play. Right, okay, so let's see if we... Is Jesse Racer going to come out today on this session, or is she going to save up for
Today.
Q2 and Q3?
I just clicked off double one, idiot.
Okay, and Double crosses the line with a 1:32.1.
Let's hope we don't
I
have
think you
a
lost a lot of...
repeat of last night as well at the
Would
end of Q1, with all the cars crashing in the straight.
Yes, I did hear about that. Not impressive for a lot of people, it is. Sim Race is now coming up on an invalidated lap. So they'll be starting a new lap now. Let's ride on board with the Mercedes now into turn 1 and then straight into turn 2. Downhill, get on the power, down the hill. Power down through this short sector now into turn 3, then throw it into turn 4, around into turn 5 and turn 6 immediately after. Nice tight line there. It's all about the exit now, turn 6 and turn 7 as you come through the slingshot for the long straight now. Carry as much speed as you can. That's the fastest sector 1 there from Sim Racing. Opens the DRS as soon as you can and just watch the miles per hour go up and up above 204, 5, 6, 7 miles an hour hard on the brakes at the 150 meter board into the chicane now. Drop down to 3rd gear, open up now the taps for the 2nd straight as you come approaching now into turn 10. Take as wide as line as you can to sling in as much speed as possible. Mind the apex, don't ride it too hard because it does lose. And then into turn 11 now, off the throttle, let the gears do the braking, tap of the brakes now. Beautifully done there from Sim Racing. Into turn 12, wide, and then bring the car in. Round turn 13, nice, keep it tight, and then prepare yourself for turns 14 and 15. There's the pit entry now, round turn 14. Go wide, nice tight entry into turn 15. Beautifully on the exit. Open the DRS zone. Use whatever remaining battery you have on the ERS and across the line at 129.8.
Different gravy. That one.
That was a good lap.
Oh, Jess is out now, lapsing Ted first. Same as Harold Dino again.
So, Jessie Racer, the new gun, the first woman of RSF1. Showing some pretty impressive pace so far in the last few races that we've been that I've managed to see and commentate on her. So it's going to be interesting now as she comes around. She's in the final sector now, turns 14 and 15 to get ready. So here we go. Let's ride on board with the McLaren. Easton, do you want to take it away?
Yeah, I was too busy watching him first, but we can make a difference. So I'm both with the Tangerine car, I like to call it, Rainbow's theme, down in turn 1, brakes just before the 50 metre board takes, oh, she's nailed that, wow. I'm now in to come down into turn 3, just brakes on the 50 metre board, turns in nicely, leaves it in 4th gear there to keep a bit of traction, down into 3rd gear, oh, a bit wobbly in exit, cost her a bit of time that did. Now for the slingshot of turn 7, does that nicely, doesn't touch the curb too much. Puts in 8, nice and early. Down the long straight now, best overtaking spot of the track. Brakes just in between 150 and 150 brake near board. Oh no!
Oh no!
Big F.
Unlucky there, just a bit too much apex on the chicane there, turn 8 and 9, that can catch you out so easily as well.
Oh, that's
she's
the
gone
Ted
very
first.
wide.
Next.
A
30.3.
130.3 puts in P4, nice.
Love to see it.
Looks like Double's coming out for another run as well, on a fresh set of softs. suppose it's given us nice entertainment, but the drivers don't really need to do this. Right,
Oh,
Jesse Racer, attempt
oh no,
number
how
2.
can you?
Let's see if she
Invalid.
can nail it again like she did on the last attempt, but not go too wide at the chicane. Turn 5 and turn 6 now. Still the fastest sector 1 there as well, so she's really charging through this. Round the slingshot, turn 7 now. Get the car into 8th gear nice and early, open the DRS and let the car just build up the speed down the long straight. Up to turn 8, 150 metre, hard on the brakes just after 100 metres there, so very nicely done there. Takes a tighter line there, but gets a snap of oversteer from the McLaren there as it comes around turn 8, turn 9. But recovers it nicely down the second part of the straight, let the car go wide and throw it into turn 10. No loss of speed there at all, and then off the throttle, let the car decelerate through the gears and just a tap of the brakes to bring the car's front end into turn 11. Round for turn 12, wide in tight. Nicely done there on the apex of turn 13, on the inner apex of turn 13. Very nice, turn 14, mind the pit entry because it can get you offline there. And then turn 15, beautifully executed. Hard on the power now, open DRS and use whatever remaining battery she's got. A 129.7 puts her P2.
Fair play. To be honest, if I was them, I would have just stayed and let everyone else do laps, because at the end of the day you save a set of softs in case you want to do an extra run in Q3 or Q2, whatever you fancy, or maybe have that extra set for the race just in case. So
Just in case,
whatever.
but mind you, you say about the race, we don't know conditions yet for the race. I've not had any hints or tips on the stream yet, and actually, chat's a bit quiet tonight in the stream. Good evening, guys. Hope you're all well.
I think I
Right,
can check potentially watching.
in the pits.
Yeah, I
Sorry?
can. Yeah, I can check who's watching it. I'm so talented.
Oh, very nice. Okay, so Dibble is attempting another flying lap, so he wants to go faster in that Ferrari. Oh, Lincoln Dave's still out on 6-lap old softs.
Getting the data.
Ooh. Okay, so Simpson Racing 21 has gave us a hint. Race is going to be dry until the end, where there will be light rain.
Oh, love to see it.
So this could throw a spanner in the works for the drivers there. Okay, so yeah, like you say, Lincoln Dave, he's probably just getting some data there. Double on his flying lap still. Oh, he's starting another flying lap. Didn't improve on the last one. And he's decided not to keep on going, so Haldane is in the pits. So is the McLaren, so it's just double out now on track.
You know what? Well, I've decided I'm going to make a French helmet for tomorrow, put on, just to match with the track. I think it'd be quite cool.
Oh, really?
Mm.
Okay.
I think it'd be quite cool.
No.
Lying down beside the track with your helmet. Amazing.
So, give us your predictions. Who do you looking from this Q1 session? Who do you think's going to be challenging for pole position?
Scotsman, judging he's about 4/10 quicker than anyone else, maybe 3.5. Sim Racing Jesse and Daniel could rustle a few feathers as well up there. So I reckon.
Yeah.
And Ted first as well, and Kraken. Just anyone could get pulled.
Yeah, indeed. And looks like Double's going for another run. So let's ride on board with the Ferrari and just listen to some pure engine noise just for a little bit. I'll do a little bit of commentary around the lap as well, so it doesn't get too droned out. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a little snap of oversteer there, or back end loose.
Strength up. I'm going to catch his bounce
Yep.
ball. Oh no, I had a lot of pace, never mind.
Sorry?
I almost caught my bouncy ball when I flew it off the wall.
Ah, okay,
Oh,
fair
yeah.
enough. Okay, so he's now coming to the chicane. Ooh, ride that curb hard. Now, if this was last year's Ferrari engine, it would be quite a lot faster, I should imagine.
Yeah.
So we now enter to checkered flag. Now his next time Q1 session is over.
Also, Happy Man,
Ooh,
chat
little
said
bit-
out. Sorry.
Looks like Double seems to be struggling around the last 3 corners. So she's looking at him there. So across the line, 131 there. So not a bad run there from the Ferrari. And guess what, Easton?
Yeah.
No antics of yesterday.
Whoa! Oh, it was quite funny because we had an upside down Red Bull, but you know.
Yeah. Okay, guys, that's it. Everyone is through into Q2 or 14 actually.
You may be missing
I
someone.
thought we had 15 earlier.
Now have a look just in case someone's left in the last running way back. Some racing, Jesse. No, well, looks like maybe it's just a little glitch.
Perhaps. Okay, so Q2. So drivers will want to be going through on mediums for this one, I reckon.
Yeah, I'd prefer to.
Well, softs aren't a very good tyre around Paul Ricciardo. The track
No.
is high degradation on the tyres. So usual strategy here is a medium hard or hard medium if you want to go for the revert strategy. I did see that into play yesterday. Like it done really. It did do a couple of drivers really well yesterday.
Yeah, just the name one, Koala. Done very well. Starting 14th. Oh, Scotsman's
Yeah,
out in a set of
start
softs.
Okay, so maybe a banker lap perhaps? Feel the track? Put some more rubber down on it?
Maybe do a couple of burnouts just to put more rubber down. That's what I do. For a bit of fun. Why not?
Okay, so Scotsman in his Alfa Romeo.
Ow!
Who's else out on track as well? So we've got Force Manure out on mediums. Daniel P45's on Alpha Tauri on mediums as well. And Skivid in the Racing Point on mediums.
That's slightly hurt.
It's going to be interesting to see what the Racing Point's going to transform into when it becomes Aston Martin next season. Because have you heard the colour for the livery?
Years, I heard it was like a green and pink guy.
British Racing green and pink.
Oh!
That's going to be a very interesting combination. Okay, I think Jesse Racer's having a little bit of fun with us today.
Yeah, how genius of me. Just keep myself entertained the first 7 minutes. Wet tires look very nice, I suppose.
Yeah, look very nice. Right, so Scotsman's going to go for a run here. Let's see what it goes on the Alfa Romeo. Down through the start-finish straight, approaching turn 1, go as wide as you can, kiss the apex and throw it in. Turn 1, straight into turn 2 now, and then down the hill. Throttle down on the metal into turn 3. Turn 4. Very well executed there, and into turn 5 and turn 6. Rid the apex got a little bit there, and 22.5 there for sector 1. Slingshot turn 6 and 7 now, perfectly executed. Get the car intake gear nice and early, and just let the power unit do all the work now. ERS on full, DRS wide open, 208 miles an hour there from the Alfa Romeo into turns 8 and 9 now. Nicely executed there from Scotsman, and then jumps down to the second part of the straight to approach turn 10, which will be flat out as he comes through now into it, just slings it right slightly and into turn 11. Now let the throttle, just let the gears do all the work there. The car will decelerate lovely. Also beautifully done for charging up the for the battery for your, if you need to do for a second run on ERS. Turn 13, nicely, keep it nice and tight, and then throw it into turn 14. Keep it nice tight, beautifully done. Then they come into turn 15. Ooh, nice. Open DRS, use whatever remaining battery that you've got. Oh, and on the brakes, definitely a banker lap.
Cheeky. Skivered. What's that?
Done a 1:31.7.
Who's next? Daniel. Love good old Daniel.
See what he does now in the AlphaTauri. It goes 1:31.0.
Carefully.
Right, we've got Lincoln Dave on a lap as well on mediums. See where he is on the track now. Sector 2 just finished, 51.0, so it's not the fastest.
Right. Double. What's next?
Come on, audience. Who do you think's going to get pole position today? It'd be nice to have some interaction if you'd like to give us your thoughts and who are you rooting for. Okay, right, so Lincoln Dave now coming along to finish his lap. Ooh, nice, 1:31.2 there.
No. Sim Racing's next. And the Mercedes.
Yeah, round turn 13. So Marshall Skyline reckons Jesse Racer for pole. Comes in now, here comes Sim Racer, one of your fellow team garage buddies.
What a lap!
A 1:30.8. Very nicely done there on the medium tyres. McCracken's now coming out in the Williams on his outlap, so we'll keep an eye out for him. Tim is still yet to come out. Oh no!
Flat right hander, turn 10. Oh, he's buried. Oh,
But he got...
maybe a kick of oversteer. May I have a kick of oversteer?
Got a tank slapper.
Maybe. Oh, there's slow moving cars again. Is some racing ran out of fuel, maybe? No, it's not, just letting Kraken past.
Yeah. Yeah, and as he's come through the corner, he's just on the power now, getting out of the way. Sim Racing's taking those mediums back to the pits very gently. Right, McCracken. Down the start finish straight now, it start his flying lap into turn 1. What can the Scotsman do round this Paul Ricard on medium tyres? Comes now down the short burst straight now, or it's not quite straight, it isn't straight, and into turn 3. Nice done then. Bouncing off the clutch there to make the car slow down a little bit more. Turn 6, nicely done there. Fastest sector 1, 22.9. And then into turn 7, slingshot round for the fast straight now. What can the Mercedes power unit do in this Williams? 200 miles an hour. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, 205 miles an hour top end. So it must be running a bit higher wing on the front end there, especially for sector 3. So down the second straight, done the chicane there, lost a bit of time though, so it's not fastest through here, into turn 10 and around to turn 11, off the throttle, down the gears, let the car do the braking, see the tap of the brake there to drop the front end, turn to get bite onto the corner, and then round turn 12. Keep it nice and tight for round turn 13. Round turn 14, decelerate as you come around, nicely snap into that corner there in turn 15. Executed beautifully, so you can see that the front end there is biting every time to go down into the corners. Down the start finish straight now, 131.0.
One tribal also done a 31.9. Oh!
Jesse Racer. 130.6.
Different gravy.
Tim is now out on a flying lap. So what's Tim going to do? Watch the rest of his lap, guys, in the AlphaTauri. Honda power!
No. Italian power.
No, it's Honda at the moment. Until 2021.
It's just a couple of months away.
But you are right though. They are part of the Scuderia. Ooh, little snap of back end a little bit loose there from Tim as he comes out of turn 15. 131.6 there. Good effort from the lap there. Right, Scotsman. He's now out to start his medium run now. So gently going around turns 14 and 15 now to prep up now into the lap. Let's get on board with the Alfa Romeo. Looked very good there on the softs until he hit the brakes last. So let's see what he can do. Down the start finish straight now. 200 miles an hour, 5, 6, 7, 6 miles an hour into turn 1, hard on brakes and then keep it nice and in 4th there and then into 5th through the gears now. Just let the car build up as much speed as you can and into turn 3, carry speed, nicely done there and into turn 4 as it comes through the corner, nicely turn 5, excuse me, and into turn 6, nicely, fastest sector, 22.5, turn 7, slingshot. Open DRS and let the Ferrari power unit just roar down the straight. Turns 8 and turn 9. Nice there from Scotsman. Very nice there. The car is biting in all the right places and no signs of wheel spin there. Not lost a bit of time there through sector 2, but that would have been because on the mediums, on the softer tyres, they've been gaining speed a lot quicker. Nice, turn 12 and then turn 13. Building speed and then hard on the brakes. Not hard on the brakes, let the car decelerate as well. Into turn 15. Executed beautifully there from the Alfa Romeo. Open the DRS. Down the start finish straight and across the line.
That is disgusting.
130.0.
Different gravy.
Scotsman is looking on fire around France. Ted first now on his flying lap there. He's not set a time yet on his mediums. We'll keep an eye out for him. Stars Orphan, what's he doing? He's on an in lap by the looks of it.
Oh,
Timmy looks like he's trying. What's up?
I just yawned.
Do you really think it'll be Renault going back to Red Bull? I don't think they will.
I think it will, to be honest with you. I don't see anyone else. Because they won't also take a Ferrari engine.
Well, this is in 2022. Regulations have changed, remember?
Oh, good shout. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to. I thought it was this next season coming up. You know, but
And remember, Ferrari for next season have a new power unit.
I just still don't see them going Ferrari, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I know they won't go Ferrari, but because like the regulation changes and everything, the idea of it changing is so it becomes more attractive to other competitors, like engine-wise. So it could be a case of like Porsche might decide to make a interesting comeback. Or maybe, well, it'd be nice to see him come back, but I very much doubt it. But Cosworth.
I think Double's going for a flying lap in his Soshino, same with Lincoln Dave.
Yeah, and also as well, there's a former engine brand that could possibly want to break into F1 again, and possibly BMW.
Yeah.
And like every time they've been in Formula One, they've made very good power units. Oh, so Timmer there is happy with his time. So is Double gonna set a lap time on the softs and be one of the few drivers to actually go on the softs for the start of the race?
I hope Lincoln Daves realise he's safe so he can start in those mediums, because Sorofins isn't on a lap and it can only be Double that knocks him down, so I hope he's realised.
Yeah. But the Double is wanting to get through. So at the moment he's on a 1:32.9, so he needs to go faster than a 1:31.7. Evening Source, I'm well. I'm sure Easton is as well.
Yeah. Double's just made it through. Yeah, Lincoln Daves realised.
Yeah, gone into the pits. Right, so Prost said there's no new engine suppliers until 2026. That's what they've said. They have said.
It would make it interesting. Because I think
It would make it interesting.
Because Red Bull would have no other choice, I reckon, either for Ferrari. Or Renault.
Okay, so back to the show a moment. So out of qualifying 2 is Skivid, Force Manure, Stars Orphan and Haroldinho.
You know what? I've just came up with the best formation lap ever. In my head there, and I hope it works.
Okay, well we'll look forward to that one then.
So intelligent.
Regulations call Renault to supply. Oh really? Looking at the stream there, looking at the stream chat as well from on Skyline. Formula 1 regulations call for Renault to supply power to Red Bull and AlphaTauri if the two teams are unable to cut another deal before 2022.
What I reckon about that is, I reckon AlphaTauri might go Ferrari power. Because they used to.
That is quite likely. It is quite likely because, like, as I said earlier, mentioned earlier, that AlphaTauri is still a member of the Scuderia. And so that would entice Ferrari to supply a power unit to a team on their home soil. Remember, Ferrari also are the Scuderia as well.
Yeah, I think the way it'll probably go if they haven't. I reckon, to be honest, my personal opinion would be AlphaTauri go back for power on Red Bull haven't agreed a deal with anyone else, so just go Renault.
Yeah, I think it might be a little bit like, you know, after 2016, after they didn't call it Red Bull Renault, they decided to change to Red Bull Tag, didn't they?
Mhm.
So it could be like that again because, well, actually, Renault are changing their name, so they're to Alpine or whatever it's being called. So that'd be interesting to see what happens with the like Renault brand in Formula One. Will it
Oh,
just be like
double
Renault for
is just
engines?
Yeety. The Palestinian board into the middle of next week.
Interesting. Right, so Timmerbot is going to be the first person to set a Q3 lap in his AlphaTauri. Easton, do you want to take us
Pink.
round with the Irishman?
Just X, orange, blue. It's possible, I reckon. Just need to get a couple more. Okay, yeah.
Right, Easton, take it away. We've now done the start-finish straight.
So, and turn one breaks just before 50 metre board. Oh, turns in a bit too early.
Oh,
Cracking.
unlucky.
On the cracking now. First turn two does that nicely. Turns well off the racing line, not to block anyone. Down at turn three. Breaks just before 50 metre board. Turns in nice and early. Nails that down to a T. And at turn four, not turn five, sorry, like a numpty. With this long right hand of turn six. Into the slingshot of turn seven. Does that very nicely. Now down the motorway.
No way. Feels like it, doesn't it? Could you imagine if they didn't have the chicane?
Oh, that would be amazing. 1-1 wings, here we come. And the flat right hand of turn 10 now. Does that very nice and cracking does. Oh, for turn 11. It's lifted off slightly just to avoid the car spinning into turn 12. Very hard corner to get right. Puts down the third, short shifts and exit to fourth, fifth. Two long right hander of turn 13 into the long left hander of turn 14 can kill the tyres. And the last corner of turn 15 to finish of this baguette circuit. Oh, 29-1. Okay.
Very nice lap there for Mr. McCracken. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, sorry to be a little bit of bearer of bad news, but I think it does need a little bit of respect as well for people that would know of this person. It's the older generation as well, so sorry kids. Rockstar Eddie Van Halen dies of throat cancer at age 65, so rest in peace, Eddie. Shame to hear that you lost your battle.
Yeah, very sad that.
Okay, so nicely done there. Jessie Race has set a 1:29.3, so she's not looking as a threat at the moment. But Scotsman, who has been the flying Scotsman at the moment around France, is about to finish his first lap. A 1:29.3.
Well, that's been cracking, that's all I'm saying. Oh, sim
racing. 1:29.1.
This is getting interesting.
I've seen some very good laps. Right, Tim is out on another outlap, so he's thrown away them other softs and then decided to snap on the fresh set of softs. So they have a nice clear track.
Yeah.
Everyone else will be coming in.
Well, I believe a couple people are going to start on second runs. because they may have invalidated, but it happens to the best of us.
Okay, so Ted first in his Ferrari is going to start a lap, and he's already got the fuel light on, so could this mean we're going to see a Ferrari run out of fuel?
I was off the racing line, luckily. But I tell you what, that top 5 is very tasty.
Sorry?
Top 5 is very tasty, cracking. And Paul Sim racing second as it stands. Scotsman third, Jesse fourth, Ted first, fifth.
That's Sim Racing to be on his way in. Right, Timmer, the Irishman, in the Honda, the Alpha Tauri. Let's see what he can do. Down the start finish straight. Into turn 1, nicely done there. This time it does not invalidate, so those fresh tyres are working well for him. Fast approaching into turn 3, go wide and let the car sling in, and then turn 4, get it in nice and tight and early, nicely done there. Follow that glistening line in front of you, and then into turn 6, nice, keep the exit, beautifully done there, and into the slingshot of turn 7. At the start, finish straight now, Honda power as you come down the straight.
Bed.
270 miles an hour, and into turn 8 and turn 9. Nicely done there from the Alpha Tauri driver, and then let that Honda VTEC power unit open up the taps again to gain as much speed as you can into turn 10. Rev limit hit there, and that's the fastest sector 2 there from Timmer. Beautifully round turn at 10 and into turn 11 now, and just let the car decelerate. A little bit of third gear there for some extra rotation. Works well for him, and into turn 12, nice. And onto turn 13, went a little bit wide there on the apex, but hopefully hasn't lost too much time. Around turn 14 now, into that nice apex there, and turn 15, sling it round, nice and tight. Little bit of the apex on the end, little snap of oversteer there, open the DRS, down the start finish straight, and across the line, 130.1, P7.
Whoa. I'll be back in a second.
Right, okay, no worries. So Scotsman is now coming out on his out lap for his second run, ladies and gentlemen, and so is McCracken. So it's now going to be the battle for pole. Who's going to be able to do it? So the first man to do it. Oh, we've got Jesse. Oh no, so the first man doing it, but what is Lincoln Dave at the moment doing on an outlap as well, so he could hinder a little bit of the Scotsman if he's not quick enough, or if Scotsman doesn't make enough room. So Scotsman, it's down to you, my friend. Can you solidify pole, or will McCracken's first run be enough to gain pole position? So on board with RSF1 Scotsman now as he comes down the start finish straight. He's got everything turned to 11 and the engine in party mode into turn 1. Nicely done there into 4th gear. Beautiful there from turn 2 and down down the hill slightly as you approach turn 3. Hard on the brakes on the 50-metre board round the corner. Nice, and get it nearly on for turn 4. Around turn 5 nicely, and on to turn 6. He's improved there, 2 tenths up on his time. Nice there for turn 7, point positions the car beautifully for the slingshot. Gets that power unit running open as fast as he can. And then into turn 8 and turn 9, the chicane. Short shifting there to 4th gear to get better traction and more speed as you come down the second part of the long straight. There's 3 tenths up there in sector 2. Turn 10 executed perfectly, and into turn 11 the car is now doing the brakes by the gears. Nice there from the Alfa Romeo. A snap of oversteer as he did the apex, but did toward it very quickly. Around turn 13. And then turn 15 now. I'm looking at the map at the moment, and I can see two McLarens paired as they come up to the straight. So we're going to go straight on board and find out that's as good as a 1:29.0. But what is? It looks like. Oh no! Yes, possible.
That's possible.
Oh, Jesse races on an outlap. Thought we could have been seeing a little cheeky slipstream here on this long straights.
Maybe. Might still be. I've picked.
Possible.
Never mind. Not picked McCracken, he backed out.
But is McCracken going to go again? McCracken is going to go again. Let's see what McCracken can respond with. Easton, take it away.
Cracking, where is he? Okay, down in turn 1. Reached just before 50 metre board, turned in very late there, sets himself up for turn 2, rides that curve slightly. Now for this little, we'll call it a wee bit straight, just breaks before 50. Does that very nicely, throws it right in for the response. Down in the second for a bit of extra rotation, Kraken's a 10th up. Coming to the slingshot of the turn 7, oh I've dropped my dice balls in.
Evening, Rebstar.
And in the braking zone of turn 8 in the chicane, cuts that beautifully. And the turn 9 does that nicely. It rides the curb of the apex, exit, apex, whatever.
You're struggling there, my friend.
Yeah, we're flat out turn 10, uses old curb and exit. Turn into the long right hander. Kev first has retired in the pits, that's him. Oh no!
Oh no, that's gonna not. That's
So she wrote
lost
from
McCracken's
Kraken's
pole
up.
position there for sure.
That's all she wrote. Tim up. Stays P8. One tribal that isn't improving. How about sim racing?
Jessie Racer, she looks very quick at the moment. Yeah, wow, a 1:28.9. Whoa! 0.03 of a second slower.
Ow. I just headbutted my chair.
Oh, that's not a very good thing. So Sim Racing there with that awesome lap takes pole position in the Mercedes. There we go, guys. That is the grid. So in pole position, Sim Racing in the Mercedes with 1:28.9. Jessie Racer 0.029 of a second slower than the Mercedes in second. Scotsman in third in the Alfa Romeo. Kraken in fourth in his Williams. Daniel P45 in the Alfa Tauri in fifth. Ted first in sixth in the Ferrari. One Tribal in the Red Bull in seventh. Timmer in the Alfa Tauri in eighth. RSF1 double in the Ferrari in P9. And P10 Lincoln Dave in the second Tango machine, but unfortunately did not set a time.
Anything coloured objects.
It's nice to see the safety car out there for a little bit. I think was that the medical car that I see going around the track. Okay. Predictions for the race Eastern. What do you reckon? Who is going to be into? What are you doing there?
I shot my bounce ball again.
Come on, mate. Concentrate.
So no, but okay. I reckon it's going to be Scotsman for the win. Sim Racing second. Yeah. Sim Racing second. Jesse third.
Okay. kind of agree with you on that one. I think Jesse Racers and Scotsman could have a nice battle coming on. Webster reckons Tim as Scott and Jesse.
So it goes 3.
Supporting his former teammate from F1 2019.
Oof. Light blue.
Okay, so just waiting now for the drivers to start getting things ready. They may take us on a short break. I'm going to go get a beverage quickly. Easton, do you just mind
I'm just
taking
preparing
the
my
audience for a little while?
Yeah, I'm just preparing my formation lap.
You're preparing your formation lap?
Yep, something cool I've got planned.
Okay.
Yellow. Oof, yellow. Yeah, I'll take that, why not? Grey, pink. Yep, nailed it. I'm such a genius, I am.
They've not readied up yet, have they?
No, we're fine.
Okay. I'd be interested to see what the mixed conditions later on in the race is going to do as well. Is it going to get wet enough for the drivers have to make another stop? So this could play hugely into their strategies of like how long they run on hards or mediums for, and if they even go onto the hards if they have to make a change.
So that's Scotsman ready up now.
Yep. So 15 seconds. 10 seconds. Right, guys, are you ready? Because we're about to watch what I hope is going to be an interesting race.
Okay. So, starting formation lap. And P14 have Harrow 7283 on multi-grade tyres in the Haas, which is great. Like, I don't can, I've got right now. Okay. And P13, we have Stars Orphan 6 on banana tyres and the Racing Point, which is pink. Like, that's bouncy ball I've got. And P12, I have Force Manure and the Renault and mouldy grate tyres. And the banana car, which is also yellow, and they've got a yellow button. And P11 is Skiver 92 and the Tracing Point on banana tyres and the pink car like this bouncy ball. And P10 is Lincoln Dave W in the Tangerine car on banana tyres like this. Where's that? Lost it. This orange bouncy ball. And P9, we've got RSF1 double in the Ferrari. And oh, yeah, has got the full shebang today. Strawberry tyres, strawberry car, and not a strawberry helmet. And that is red like this button. And P8 is Timmer 1911 in the AlphaTauri on banana tyres. And never mind. I'm sacking this off. And P7 is one Tribal in the Red Bull on banana tyres. And P6 is Ted First in the Ferrari on banana tyres. And P5 is Daniel P45 in the AlphaTauri on banana tyres. P4, the Cracklin in the Williams with the lovely rainbow halo. And P4, P3 RSF1 Scotsman with no spaces and Alfa Romeo on banana tyres. And the top two, Jesse Racer and Tangerine car on banana tyres. And pole position for the Mercedes team is Sim Racing 21.
Very interesting lap there from RSF1 East, formation lap there from RSF1 Eastern. Pity that it went a little bit wrong for you. Right,
Yeah, I wasn't prepared
okay.
enough.
Let's get ready.
The
14
rumble.
drivers are going to be hard on the power, full throttle down as the start sequence begins now. So ready guys, 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. Now! And the French Grand Prix is go, and Jesse Racer gets a flying start, but then is the Alfa Romeo of RSF1 Scotsman is going to get the inside line, but no, but Jesse Racer takes the lead straight away from, oh my god, they're going 3 wide, and we've got the top 3 are absolutely going for it, they don't care, they want it. Sim Racing gets into first place still, and then RSF1 Scotsman into seconds. Jesse Racer has dropped down into third.
Wow.
And that is Daniel P45 into fourth there as well. McCracken in fifth.
Bill's had a good start on those softs, now he's going for P6. And one Tribal goes defensive. Goes right round the outside of the chicane. Tribal's having none of it though.
Tribal holds his position very well then. Could have put him under interest, but then at the same time, Sim Racing is getting away with it by the looks of it. He's starting to pull a gap. Or is he? Oh, hello.
Timings are a bit messed up at the minute.
Yeah, okay, no problem. But no, he's starting to pull a gap there. We're not getting much of a delta at the moment. All the top 10. Oh, yeah, they are indeed. So, double up to P7 at the moment. And Sim Racing looks like he's used all of his allowance of ERS for that first lap to try and pull a gap there. Strategy, there we go guys, medium tyres up to between 12 and 15 laps and onto the hards. But doing 2 stop, do short stint on softs and then get straight onto the hards again, or mediums.
Yeah, Lincoln Dave's unfortunately must have picked damage up on lap 1.
Oh, that's unfortunate there, so that'll be a recovery strategy for him now having to happen. So, let's recap after the first lap. Sim Racing is currently in the lead and pulling nicely away from RSF1 Scotsman. At the moment, it's just about to hit the 1 second gap as he gets down to straight now. Scotsman is in P2, holding up Jesse Racer there, but keeping her honest. So they're all keeping there. Nice clean start there as well from Division 5 as well. Not too much carnage and very good battles as they come from 3 wide there through turns 3 and 4. And in third place in the Tango machine is Jesse Racer, and then Force Manure has picked up a 3-second time penalty, so that's the first one that was in of today. So she is currently running P3 in her McLaren. Daniel P45 though, he has dropped back slightly, nearly 2 seconds behind P3 there in the Alpha Tauri. McCracken though,
all the Ferraris.
in the Sensodyne. Oh, Ferrari's coming.
No Haldini's off to Narnia.
Oh dear. Doesn't look like Haldini's having fun there on those hard tyres in the Haas. Lincoln Dave obviously boxed and he's on the hard tyres and quite a far way back as well. Right, okay, so where were we? So Scotsman there sets the fastest lap. So he's going to start closing, hauling in the gap on Sim Racing. He needs to get past him if he wants to increase his championship lead over Jesse Racer. She is snapping and I know she is hungry for the title. She wants it. Give it there. It's just picked up another 3-second time penalty. Again, guys, this it's another track that can easily catch you out on track limits.
Here comes Kraken. He'll be shouting, release the Kraken.
Will he get past the Alpha Tauri and the Williams? Will the Williams make the overtake?
Daniel's having none of it.
No, it can't. That's going to put him under one Tribal. One Tribal's got the slipstream on the Williams. No, come coming through turn 11 and dirty air. It's not going to do his tyres any good there, and it must be horrible to try and keep that car in control.
Old Tribal's got a very good run there.
Haroldinho and Lincoln Dave.
Daniel really does look like he's starting to struggle massively. Has he get wing damage or something that we can't see?
I don't know, or just maybe he's not enjoying
Here
the
comes
set
one
of tyres at the
Tribal.
moment.
It's gonna look cracking, but backs out of it.
Very nice there, good wise head down there from one Tribal. RSF1 double though, he's lost the play. Well, he's still in P8, so he did get up to P7. So
Sim Racing's out of DRS now.
yes, he is. So yeah,
I see that
so
now.
as I said earlier, the softs don't last very long at all around this track, and the softs are starting to go forced manure there with a 3-second time penalty. So Scotsman is just holding on to that 1 second gap there, holding in the DRS of that Mercedes, which will help him just keep reeling him in. So a little bit of overtake power there as they come through turns 13. Such an effective button on this game as well, that overtake button.
Scotsman's putting the foot down.
Yeah, and Sim Racing's going to be under serious pressure soon as well, because Sim Racing has pretty much used all of his battery. So Scotsman has been a little bit more reserved, but hasn't got too much to play with. So Scotsman will probably be able to get him on this straight now, but Sim Racing has managed to
3-second pen. Sorry, Cotton, you there?
No worries at all. Keep the audience involved.
Lincoln Dave's called that out.
Oh, Haroldinho there with a 3-second time penalty. Is such a shame for there from Lincoln Dave, not having a very good race there at all. But Scotsman, so who have we got? Oh, hello, one Tribal, and we're cracking there, having a right ding dong on the track. Red Bull versus the Williams. Right, okay, so will one Tribal make the move now as Double comes into the pits now, so he will drop very far back. I think he's going to drop back to near 12th position.
Yeah, he's going to slap on a set of mediums for the 2-stop as well.
Indeed, okay, so one Tribal there, right on the gearbox, and as they come into turn 3, he looks for it, goes for it, but oh, he cuts the corner there and gets a 3-second time penalty for it.
Oof.
So literally Daniel P45 is holding these two up, and at the same time Ted First and his Ferrari is able to come and join in on the show. So there's one Tribal there trying to make the move.
Here comes cracking. Oh.
Daniel P45 there is definitely holding up. Evening, Hush.
Just got a bit of a DRS train at the minute, which isn't going to really help one Tribal and Ted First, because they're the third and fourth man in the DRS train. Unless the second man makes a mistake, there's no hope of getting past him.
No, and One Tribal. Look how One Tribal closes in on the Williams. Oh, what's happened there? The Williams just looks like the Williams made a mistake there, and good reactions there from One Tribal to get out of the way.
Yeah, Jessa Race really has dropped off in the top two as well. So she may be thinking about the long game.
She may be thinking about the long game as well, and possibly thinking about her tyres. So she could be on for a different strategy here. We'll have to keep an eye on her while she's dropping off a bit. Or maybe just France isn't a track for her. But Scotsman is starting to gain in and they're going to attack for the lead now. What is Sim Racing going to do? How is Sim Racing going to respond? So Scotsman does have the upper hand with the overtake button, as well as Scotsman now is right in the slipstream of the Mercedes as they come into turn 10. He's going to bide his time a little bit, I think. He's just going to hold back, just let that Mercedes know I am right here. And oh, the Mercedes makes a mistake and goes wide into turn 11, and Scotsman takes the lead.
Wow. Ted First also get past the cracking in the process as well of that move happening.
Sim Racing's not happy that he's lost the lead. He's going to try and make a dive on turn 14 and turn 15. Round the outside of turn 15. Drives round the outside of the Alfa Romeo. What power, what speed.
A move, fair play. Kraken's in the pits. Is this for damage maybe, or is this for a stop?
I reckon he's coming in to do the undercut.
It's very early for an undercut. Slapping on us. Is he thinking about how early the rain's coming, so he's put us our hards on earlier? He gets more pace out of them and makes a massive undercut.
Maybe. Who knows, right? Okay, so we'll keep an eye on Scotsman, McCracken, as he's dropped to the back of the field. But hang on a moment, Ted first, and One Tribal. And Daniel P45. Daniel P45 seems to be pulling have a little bit of a gap there now. So whatever he was struggling with earlier seems to might have dissipated a little bit, and he's able to not be reeled in as much.
Yeah, it's sort of got to a stage where all the battles are spread out.
Yeah, between there's 8 temps, 6 temps are the closest battles at the moment, so. Oh, One Tribal's just gone round and absolutely lost it there.
Spinala!
It is a Spinala. He's done a Sebastian Vettel there.
Oh no, RSF1 Vettel.
Okay, so Scotsman's dropping a little bit back a bit from, so he's conserving some ERS by the looks of it, but still staying just within reach of the RS of Sim Racing 21. So the Mercedes and Alfa Romeo there, pulling away quite comfortably there.
Yeah, it's Sim Racing just pulled the gap, as I think Scotsman's just looking after tires in the RS now.
Yeah, so you can see that Sim Racing's ERS is not in a very good situation now, and Haroldino has just picked up a 3-second time penalty there as well. So a battle for the lead. It could be down to the strategy and pit stops of what people do, but hang on, we've got... Oh, okay, Haroldino. Okay, so Haroldino and McCracken's got past Haroldino, so... Right, let's have a look. Force manure. In the Renault. Currently less than a second behind the AlphaTauri of Timmer. Timmer's currently running in P6. So Scotsman there has pulled in. Oh, Jessie Racer with a 3-second time penalty. So that's not going to bode well if she wants to battle for the win. But then hang on a minute, guys. Scotsman is now starting to close in again on that Mercedes, and the Mercedes has nothing to respond with. So he's just biding his time still. Very close there to the Mercedes. He's getting right up behind it.
Kraken's got another 3-second pen. I believe that's 9 seconds this race.
9 seconds?
Yeah.
That's not going to bode well at all at the moment. If they stay as close as they are at the moment, that could cost a lot of positions. So Sim Racing still trying to get away from Scotsman, but Scotsman's not letting the Alfa Romeo there. Oh, and he's gone into. They're both boxing.
And Jessie.
Okay. So it is down to the battle of the pit stops. The Mercedes have already serviced it. Right, so who's going to be better on the hard? So Sim Racing has just come out of the track just behind Skivid on worn medium tyres. So he's going to approach him very, very quickly, but he's going to have to want to get past him, because if he gets held up by the Racing Point driver, that's going to be able to bring Scotsman right in, because at the moment the gap has increased for the two drivers. It's now 1.1 second between the net race leader and second place.
He always definitely made the move now, so that means Sim Racing. This is Sim Racing's time to push. Yeah, that gap out.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because now it's Scotsman's time to get past that Racing Point.
When's Daniel going to put it, I reckon? Is it going to be this next lap?
Oh, the Racing Point's gone very wide there, not caused too much of a problem there for Scotsman. So now 1.4 seconds, so he's just got to get those hard tyres up to temperature and just keep on chipping away at that little gap between him and that Mercedes. So let's give it in the pits.
Sim Racing's already in the back of Forsman here now as well.
Yeah, Sim Racing's definitely pushing at the moment. He is really wanting to get the gap there, but as he approaches the back of that Renault, Scotsman is coming in on it as well.
Sim Racing's going to get the move.
Yeah, the Renault causes no problems. Gavin, it's not his race, and just let the Mercedes go by. So once again, Scotsman's got to go round the third sector behind another slower car. So this is going to help Sim Racing gain a bit of a gap, because now Sim Racing has got a little bit of clear air in front of him and Daniel P45, who's still at the moment out on 11 lap old medium, so they must not be in a very good condition at all.
Yeah, Daniel's in, so... Oh, someone's running around Haldinho. Can everyone avoid it? He's managed to get off the racing line, so good job from Haldinho. It's funny that long right-hander again. That's the third time already.
So Sim Racing's definitely pushing, sets the fastest lap there. Oh, Jessie Racer has responded. She's on medium tyres again.
Tell you what, if the rain comes, that's 7 million IQ.
Yeah, that will be, but the only thing is if the track stays dry enough to keep on keep on dry tyres, she's going to have to box again.
Yeah, it sounds very, very
one of the
sunny.
mandatory tyres.
Yeah.
So it does look very, very sunny at the moment, but Ted First at the moment is coming into the back of McCracken. So both on hard tyres. McCracken's been out on his hard tyres for 5 laps now.
Because Sim Racing's probably a nice little lead, do you know?
Yeah. Timmer on the back of RSF1 double. Makes the move nice and clean there, and not without DRS as well. Jessie Racer gets past Force Manure as well, so she's now going to hunt down the 2 drivers in front of her who are on slower tyres. But as it stands, if the conditions remain dry, she will be the only one who has to box again. If the
Double
conditions change...
retired.
Oh no, what's happened to
In the
Double?
pits.
He's retired in the pits.
He started to make an hour stop, so I don't know if he just gave up, maybe? Or he doesn't think it's going to rain in time.
Don't know. Okay, so 12 runners remaining, 2 more retirements, and everyone scores a point. Providing they finish. Okay, so Scotsman 1.6 seconds behind the race leader, but Daniel P45 on the back of the Ferrari of Ted First. What's he going to be able to do? He's running very light on fuel. Force Manure has got a 3-second time penalty. So Daniel's hard tyres, could they come into play? Force Manure there at the moment on 13 lap old hards and sitting in P4.
I need to go and get a drink. I'll be back in a second.
No problemo. Howardino has just picked up a 3-second time penalty there as well. And it looks like Daniel P45 has got the DRS now on Ted First. Looking to make the move, but things better of it. Just looking at Scotsman's gap now. He seems to be starting to close in on Sim Racing a little bit. So we're getting a little bit spicy at the front end now. Both using a lot of ERS, and this is going to play into advantage Jessie Racer as these two start battling. They're going to slow down, and then she's going to be able to capitalise. So Scotsman in seconds. Right, so recap. Lap 15 out of 27, so we've gone halfway past point. So Sim Racing after the basically first set stops. Sim Racing is in the lead with just under a second gap between him and Scotsman in second. In third is Jessie Racer, and then fourth, running slightly behind on 14 lap old hards, is Force Manure. McCracken in 5th in the Williams on 7 lap old hard, so he tried to do the extra early undercut. Will it pay off? We don't know yet. Let's find out. Daniel P45 in 6th. Ted First in 7th. Both of them have made a stop. Timmer in 8th. He's made a stop. One Tribal. He's made a stop in 9th. Skivid in 10th, he's made a stop. Stars Orphan in 11th, he's made a stop, and Haroldinho in 12th, 14 seconds, has made a stop.
Yeah, it's I don't think a strategy from Jess is going to pay off unless the clouds start gathering rapidly. Because those mediums are going to start going off very soon.
Yeah. Ted First is still trying to get past the Alpha Tower of Daniel P45. Doesn't seem to be having much luck at the moment, as Daniel P45 and McCracken and Ted First are just in a DRS train.
Yeah, it's just a little DRS train behind Kraken, sorry. And it's going to be impossible for Ted First to overtake unless he uses a lot of overtake or Daniel. Daniel makes a mistake.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from, Source, but however, she's got to, if it stays dry, she's still got a pit. She's run both stints at the moment on mediums, and you've got to run one of the other compounds. So Ted First trying to look past to get trying to look to get past that Alpha Tauri still, but the Alpha Tauri is managing to keep the Ferrari honest and pull away, or keep the gap there so he can't make a move. But we've got Force Manure and Skivid exchanging places there.
Yeah. Jessie, I don't know if that strategy is actually going to work from Jessie. Because if she wants to, she needs to really put the foot down, and it's starting to get a bit cloudier now. Looking at over by the chicane.
Yeah, well, I'm just seeing apparently she's going to change to the softs. So again, the strategy won't work unless she gets ahead of Scotsman and Sim Racing, who are now starting to have a little bit of a closer ding-dong with each other. Scotsman's pulled into 4/10 behind, and Jesse Race is now less than 2 seconds behind Scotsman. So if Scotsman gets past soft lap 21 from Source, okay, but if Scotsman gets ahead of Sim Racing and starts to pull away now, it will still make it slightly harder for Jesse Race's strategy to work out.
I still don't really understand why she did go onto the mediums. I would have just been safer putting onto the hards, like the other top two then. But she has closed that gap massively since she's pitted.
Oh yeah, definitely. Skivid's in the pits. Yes, that is banking on a safety car there, K-Mag. But at the moment, touch wood, we all seem to be fine on that front. Okay, so we have got Daniel P45 and Ted First still battling for 5th.
Oh. Ted First really does want to make a move. Here he comes up on the turn 10. Is he close enough? He is, and oh, is he going to have the overspeed? Not quite. Ted First is still stuck in 6th place, is he though? Down the inside of turn 11. Oh no!
Oh no, he's gone round!
Oh, no ABS saved him there.
Sorry?
The no ABS saved him there.
Yeah. So unfortunate there for Ted First.
Very. Scotsman just picked up a pen.
Oh no, so that's not going to bode well.
When the hits like 22, I'll look at the pens for viewers.
And also remember, Jesse Racer does have a 3-second time penalty.
Look how dark it is now.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's getting dark very, very
Here comes
quickly.
Scotsman. Down the inside of the chicane. Some reasons fighting back though. It's good
Nice
Scots.
move there from Scotsman for the race lead. So Scotsman has now got to push. He's got to get 3 seconds.
Kraken's picked up in the...
Kraken's
Look! It's ridiculously dark now. That was like... It was blue skies a minute ago, now but it's full on clouds.
Yeah,
Grey
clouds have
clouds.
definitely set
Wow.
in. So
Jesse
track
Racer close
conditions
enough.
will,
Ooh,
so the
not
conditions
quite.
are going to start to cool down, but Jesse Racer's, like you say, Jesse Racer's just out of DRS out of these two. And then Scotsman at the moment is managing to keep the gap there, and he needs to pull at least another 3 tenths through the next few corners so that Sim Racing cannot get DRS on him, because this is where Scotsman could lose the lead again up that straight if Sim Racing has got a little bit of hers there to use, and I suppose Scotsman could defend with his.
Yeah. I'm
And
just
he's
mind
doing
boggled
so.
how it's went from blue skies, 2 laps later, near enough grey clouds everywhere.
Absolutely. So Scotsman now using bursts of ERS to try and get that gap bigger and bigger and bigger.
It's raining!
Oh, I've just saw a drop.
It is raining! It's raining! Wow, here we go. Tasty pot.
Yes, here comes the taste part. Now, is it going to rain hard enough or rain enough for the track to get wet enough? Because now the track's cooling down, the hard tyres are going to be harder. So K-Mag reckons that DRS is going to be disabled at lap 22.
Sim Racing picked the pin.
Sim Racing. So we are on even Stevens with the top 3 now. They all have a 3-second time penalty. As I was saying, if DRS gets disabled, then it usually means that you have to come in and change to the intermediates because the dry tyres aren't going to work. But if the dry tyres do keep working, DRS will remain open or active. It's always an interesting... Oh, Sim Racing has 6 seconds worth of penalties.
Wait, what? Who said that?
Go on, Prost, on the stream.
I'll have a look next lap once. Top 3 cross line. I'll have a look at pens then.
Okay, so Jesse Racer is on soft compound tyres, which also will keep temperature quicker and more than what the hards will. Stars Orphan now with a 3-second time penalty. Okay, so the rain's coming down around Paul Ricard. The track still remains fast enough and dry enough for the softs. With 5 laps to go.
Here we go. Penalties. So, Scotsman. There's penalty and 2 warnings. Sim Racing does have 2 penalties. Yes, Racer has a penalty and 2 warnings. And Kraken has 1, 2, 3, 4 penalties and 2 warnings. Daniel P45 has 2 warnings. Timmer has a penalty and 2 warnings. Ted First is very no warnings. Force Manure has 1, 2, 3, 4 penalties. One Tribal has 1, 2 penalties and 2 warnings. Star Orphans has 2 penalties. Aldinho has 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 penalties and 2 warnings. Skivid has 1, 2, 3, 3 penalties and 2 warnings, and that's all.
Okay, and Tim has just picked up another 3-second time penalty to add on to that tally as well for any engineers out listening to the stream. Sim Racing and Scotsman still battling hard, still very, very close. They've been close to each other all race. Oh, Haroldinho there with another 3-second time penalty. You've seen his name come up a few times.
Sim Racing's got another one. That's 9 seconds now. Jesse Racer's just got another one.
Jesse Racer. So Scotsman's looking very, very good here at the moment. Very, very good. But as the light rain keeps on coming down, the track is getting a little bit more slipperier and slipperier each lap. So sooner or later they're going to have to tippy-toe around some of these corners on them hard tyres. And this is where Jessie Racer could possibly capitalise. Like I said, she's on the softer compound, but she still has to box.
Yep.
So Sim Racing 4 temps behind.
Oh! Bit of a slide out of that corner.
So Daniel P45 still in 5th, currently behind McCracken in 4th. Will they be able to take will the Alpha Tower be able to take the P4 away from the Williams? Being on fresher tyres, then McCracken. Oh,
I
Sim
get
Racing for
some
another
reason. That's 4 now.
So will Daniel P45 be able to use the tyre advantage very shortly? Sim Racing there's dropping off a little bit from Scotsman. Scotsman's broken the DRS. And Jessie Racer is starting to close in on Sim Racing.
Your flag, someone's went round, Daniel. Went round.
Oh, that's not good. Oh, Scotsman there with 3-second time penalty. So mistakes are getting made now. I think the car's getting a little bit struggling for grip. Oh, look on board. Let's go right on board with some of these drivers at the moment and watch their steering wheels as they come round corners. They are starting to fight their cars.
Or monitor. I'm on. I want monitor Aldinho because it looks like it could be entered very soon.
Okay, 2 laps to go. Worth limping or just...
And Jesse needs to pit, or it'll be a disqualification.
And she doesn't want to be disqualified from the race at all. Oh, well, coming out of turns 5 there. If she doesn't box, she's going to get DSQ'd, mate.
Oh, I'm really struggling for traction now.
Careful
Oh!
action there.
That was close. She had a bit of a rear end moment midway through the fast right hander.
Yeah, you can see the drive. You see the back end of the cars getting very, very slippery on these worn tyres. So our Scotsman still continues on for the penultimate lap.
Jess is in. There's just going to be a set of stuff going on, or inters. It's going to be the inters going on.
As the rain starts to get heavier and heavier. Our Scotsman got enough of a gap, because well, at the moment DRS is still enabled, they haven't switched it off yet. Sim Racing's dropped back from Scotsman, who's now 2 seconds behind, and obviously Jessie Racing with that pit stop, she is now 24 seconds behind. Oh, one try, but they're a 3-second time penalty.
Yeah.
Jess.
Oh, Timmers went round. Timmers went round just after turn 7.
Unlucky, probably got caught out with the conditions. But I'm just now looking. Whoa, what's going on with Jessie?
She's round. Whoa.
She just went to Narnia.
Quite literally. Oh no.
Oh, unlucky. She's been absolutely pulverised by the game there. Okay, so Scotsman is now on his final lap, limping it back on those soft tyres in these treacherous conditions. I don't think the Inters were quite ready yet. Still
She's pulling off in the
dry
pits. Retiring?
Oh no! That is such a shame.
Look at Daniel struggled so much for traction at that last corner.
I think everyone's struggling around everywhere at the moment now. Scott's look how how much harder the rain's coming down. Sim Racing there with another 3-second time penalty. So this is basically gifting Scotsman the win. All Scotsman's got to do is keep it between the white lines.
And keep his car in the grey stuff.
Avoid the apexes at all costs. They are very, very slippery. Just keep it on the grey stuff, as Easton says. Last 2 corners now from the Alfa Romeo driver. Round the last corner now. Gets on the power. Well-deserved win there from RSF1 Scotsman as he takes the checkered flag and wins the French Grand Prix for the
Sim Racing's crashed before the line.
Oh my!
Sim Racing crashed before the line. What a tit.
Oh no!
He's
That
leaving in
means that
celebration.
Kraken's going to be handed
P2.
second place.
Sim Racing. Oh. Oh no. Can't believe that just happened.
And then Daniel P45 is going to take third, or maybe even Ted first if penalties come into play.
I can't believe that's just happened.
That is a very dramatic end to the race.
Can't believe that.
Oh, the 2 racing points there. Look at these 2 go. Their back ends are right loose.
Start off with this Denny's jump corner
Ooh,
and a
look
jump
at
corner.
these.
Sorry. South Africans will just have it.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is the French Grand Prix for Division 5. RSF1 Scotsman takes the victory. Controlled. And driver of the day for the game is Force Manure. But remember, guys, we've got a Twitter feed. So sooner or later, oh, look at that little dance from RSF1 Scotsman as he takes the podium.
Woo!
And there we have it. Well, unfortunately, Sim Racing, according to the game, you probably didn't, and you've lost out on P2 there. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is the race summary for race classification for you. RSF1 Scotsman takes the victory. McCracken there with a good solid second. Daniel P45 in third. Ted First in fourth. One Triple in fifth. Sorry. Timmer in 6th there in the AlphaTauri, 7th is Force Manure, 8th is Stars Orphan, 9th Skivid 92. P10 goes to, and the last point to Sim Racing 21. Howardinho there is DNF in, is it DNF? I think so. No, Howardinho lap there with 11th and Jesse Race at 12th. Double DNF and 13th, 14th Lincoln Dave.
Thanks for that bit, Daniel. Need good old Scotsman.
Right, guys, remember please to check that box and tick the audio to include your voice into the broadcast. Congratulations to all of our podium drivers this evening. It was a very interesting race. Easton, do you want to take second P2 and I will take third and first?
Yeah, go on. Do it.
Okay. Do it.
Do it. Get raw.
Daniel P45 and AlphaTauri, congratulations on third position. Bit of a turnout of events there for you.
Yeah. I don't quite know what happened, to be honest.
Well, it's very lucky P3 there, but well deserved for the team and everything. Tell us how the events of your race. Did you for your strategy? Did everything go to plan?
Mostly the first stint, I knocked the wing down one, and I just couldn't turn the car in the first sort of sector. So I was always going wide, hitting the curbs. So notched that back up when I entered the pits, and the car felt much better until the rain happened. And yeah, I just constant battles by the looks of things. It was quite good fun.
Okay, brilliant. So next week we're going to Austria. Do you like that wonderful track of Austria?
I do. I never do very well at it, but I like it.
Cool. So I imagine you'll be putting in some practice time to get a good in for a good shout here at Austria.
Definitely.
Good. Well, congratulations on P3 and good points for AlphaTauri. I'm sure they will be well received for the team. And we're now going over to RSF1 Eastern to talk to our P2 driver.
Cracking lacking. the first time in a while. So it was a very good race. How was it from your perspective?
Yeah, not great. I thought I had a terrible race, to be honest. I kept picking up pens for no reasons a lot of the time. I was just not getting warnings, just getting pens after pen after pen. I would just nothing was going for me. Every time there was someone near me battling, I don't think I was as good as I could have been. So it just wasn't a great race. Like, to be honest, I know I've ended up on the podium, but I got to thank the rain for that, I guess. I don't have to, that's the only thing I can thank. Obviously, thanks to Shane and Camel for engineering me. But otherwise, it was just one of them races. I just ended up on a podium, and I don't think I fully deserved it. But I'm here, so I'm not going to complain.
Yep, a podium's a podium at the end of the day. So moving on to Austria next week. Good track for you?
Oh, I like Austria.
Oh.
I mean, I actually put in some practice for once. I'm looking forward to it.
Love to hear it. So, what, AJ, if you want to take away the first.
Right you are. So he seems to be doing very well at the moment, and he's solidifying his championship lead there with 25 points. RSF1 Scotsman for Alfa Romeo. Congratulations on the victory. Controlled.
Cheers.
A very well controlled race there. Tell us from your end.
I actually thought I was going to get pole. I thought I was feeling quite confident about it, and then Jesse and Sim just sort of nipped it off me at the end. But as soon as I got in front of Jessie, and I seen that she was dropping back, and I thought, right, that's all right. I don't need to worry as much about that. And me and Sim was having a good, I wouldn't say so much battle, but we're close by the whole way. And when I tried to overtake, in fact I did overtake. I can't remember what lap it was, and then he just overtook me on the DRS straight, and I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to sit back and just try and keep within the 1 second, which I was finding it quite hard. And I seen he made a couple of mistakes, and then when I actually did overtake him, I wasn't going to go for the overtake. I was just going to sit back, and I thought I'll sit back behind him, and then I'll try the overtake maybe like the last couple of laps. And then I put my ERS on, and I was catching him quite quick. I thought, well, he mustn't have his on. I knew he must have been using it prior to that. So I just thought, I stuff it, and just went for it, sent it, and then managed to get in front of him. And then I managed to get a little bit of a lead. It was hard though, trying to keep him out with the 1 second. He just kept on getting back in and stuff like that. And I just thought, you know what, I know it's going to rain, so I just need to take my time. And I never had an engineer tonight, so I didn't know anything about penalties or anything like that, so I was proper trying the whole way. If I had known that he had all the penalties, I probably wouldn't have been racing him as hard. And that's how I picked up that's how I picked up my penalties, because I was trying to keep up with him as much. And
well,
then
we're kind of glad that you didn't have an engineer, because it did keep us entertained, because like you were saying, you two were keeping each other very honest throughout that whole race there, both for the second. Like, kind of lucky when you did make the move when you did, because it looked like towards the end, until when the rain was coming down, you were struggling.
Oh, big time, mate, big time. You know how, is it turn, well, the big long right hander, is that 9 or 10? Aye. Well, you know, the first part, you just go there flat out. Well, I was having to take my foot off there just to ease round, and then when I looked up, because I didn't even have a clue what lap it was, I was just too busy concentrating. And I looked up and I seen it was 26 going on to 27. I thought, right, just make sure you just get it home. That's the main thing, because it was sort of it was dry at some parts and then it was wet at other parts. But then, like the last lap, I think the full track was wet.
Yeah,
and I think that
sort of the steward, the race officials disabled DRS just as you crossed the line and took the chance
right.
So it was definitely getting very close to the intermediate cut-off point.
I knew that Jesse had pitted for the mediums, because I looked up and I thought she's getting awfully close. She's getting very close. I thought, shizer. So I was like, hey, I'll just keep going. I've got my own strategy. I'll just keep at that. And then I noticed that she had to pit in for inters, and I thought, right, well, that's one out of the way. What happened to Jessie anyway? I didn't see.
Basically, we're watching her strategy, and she'd done a medium. So whatever happened, she'd have to come in for the pit anyway.
Yeah.
So it was like either go on the softs or go on the mediums. And so I'm guessing that she decided to go on not the mediums, so the inters. And then she decided to go on the inters, but it was just a little bit too early for the inters.
Too early,
and they overheated.
And what happened to
Yeah,
Sim?
so
He spun going out just before, and which retired him.
Oh, what?
yeah, so it just
That's a
and
sore
as
one.
as the car terminated, as the game like retired him, it was before the finish line.
Oh, so it was just before the line.
It was just before the line, yeah.
2 more meters
Oh.
and he made it.
It's not over till it's over. 2 more
Exactly.
meters. Holy,
And that's what she wrote.
that's a sore one. Unlucky
Okay.
because me and him was having a
Indeed.
good battle. I was enjoying it, but a lot of the time I did keep off my ERS just to because I knew that he would have been using it because I could see him sort of pulling away, and I was trying to just save it up for the last lap just in case I needed to defend. So
Alright then, off to Austria next week. How do you find Austria? Is it one of your likes or one of your hates?
I love it.
Good.
Oh,
I love to hear. I don't
France
know many
is one
people
of my
that don't like
favourites
Austria.
as well. I've put in
Yeah,
about 6 hours of practice for France, so I'm quite glad that it paid off. I put in a lot of time.
Okay. Right then, guys. That is it for Division 5. That has been one interesting race. Tomorrow, it is F1's turn around France. So we are going to see the creme de la creme. The cream of all. The fastest of the fast. Try
Fast and the
smash
Furious.
records. Fast and the Furious, yeah. Try and smash records and see who can get who can continue on their championship charge. At the moment, Easton's in the lead with his teammate followed very closely. So the two Mercedes at the moment in F1 are dominating. So remember, guys, tune in tomorrow. I do believe tomorrow it could be Mr. Brundle and LR Blazer Guns in the comms box, but I don't know who stream is, but I definitely know it is LR Blazer. We're back next week, me and Easton, for Austria on Tuesday, 8 o'clock for F5 around Austria. But, guys, until then, it has been absolutely great to bring you this race, and what an ending to the race as well, onto the